We recently studied a bunch of sales professionals. I'm talking mortgage brokers, loan officers, real estate agents. Heck, we even threw in a couple title agents and financial advisors. And we found that there are 10 common areas that y'all just get stuck. Yet, it's so easy to unstick yourself once you have someone point out where it is that you're falling behind. This entire episode is dedicated to those mortgage loan originators, mortgage brokers, title reps, realtors, financial advisors, anybody who is in sales, specifically financial services, in helping you get unstuck. I promise you, regardless of what role you fill in this industry, this episode is going to speak directly to you, because at least one, if not two, of these top 10 are areas that are currently holding you back. Tune in, learn, implement, change for the better, but start by checking this out. Let's go. They don't teach this shit in school, but they should. Welcome to the Loan Officer Podcast, hosted by me, Dustin Owen, one of the most influential people in the mortgage industry, along with my friends who've lived it, built it, failed at it, fixed it, and scaled it. This is not a show just for mortgage professionals. This is everything I learned because I became a mortgage loan originator. This is the Loan Officer Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children 18 plus, you are tuned in to the Loan Officer Podcast with me, Dustin Owen, and with me from the TLOP team, I got my sidekick, my homeboy, my right hand, Marketing Mike Siciliano, and our producer extraordinaire. We call her Special K. You call her Karina Mojica. What's up, y'all?
Nothing much. Feeling good.
Yeah, back in the saddle.
I was going to say, you're
again.
back.
I'm back and better than ever.
I was following your stories.
Were you? I hope you guys were following my stories. You got to see me playing cowboy out west.
Yeah, and you caught a fish.
Yeah, I did. I went fly fishing a couple times. Yeah, it's still not quite yet fishing season, but at least the fish were of decent size.
Yeah.
You know what I did do? I got attacked by a damn badger.
What?
A badger got me.
What does a badger even look like?
Badger hole.
Whoa, come on, Karina. Come on,
Was that
Karina.
a spoiler?
So true story. Yep. So we're at the 7D Ranch in Sunlight Basin, Wyoming. It's my happy place. It's my heaven. That was after spending an entire week in Colorado. So my wife and I did Colorado for a week. Then we drove 8 hours to Cody, Wyoming. Next day, checked into the 7D Ranch, stayed there for a week. And something that we do when we're there is a sunrise hike.
Okay.
Well, out there, like you get up at 4 a.m. At 4:15, you can start to see it become daylight, and we start hiking up this mountain.
Yeah.
So the hike up, not that bad. Hike down wasn't supposed to be bad either. In fact, I'm kind of leading the charge. We're heading down the mountain, and I'm like pointing out, hey guys, look, hole up here, hole up here. And badgers dig holes in the sides of mountains. That's kind of where they live.
Okay.
My dumbass. I'm pointing out all the holes, but I'm like a child when I go out west. And I get like distracted by scat. Okay. And if you know what scat is, animal poop, right?
Got it.
But like when you're hiking, like you're looking for bear scat and elk scat and moose scat.
It's a little weird. I've never heard of scat spotting before.
Well, it's safety.
Because then you know it's
if
nearby.
If I'm on a trail and I see a fresh pile of bear poop, I know that there's bears in this area.
You're such a woodsman. That's cool.
If I'm on a trail and I see an old pile of bear poop, I'm thinking, there used to be bears in this area.
Okay.
But then, like, I love spotting elk and deer and jackrabbit, all the wildlife that you're going to find if you go out to northwest Wyoming or all throughout the Rocky Mountains. Well, you won't find any grizzlies in the Rockies, but you see them in Sunlight Basin. Anyhow. I get distracted by a freaking scat on the ground. And I literally was trying to determine, is that a day old or 3 days old? Is that elk or is that deer? That's what was going through my brain. And I stepped in a damn badger hole. Absolutely destroyed my ankle. Had to ice it for like 2 days. Lots of Advil. It's still bruised up right now.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? It didn't prevent me from going on one of the most extreme hikes of the trip.
I was going to say, I thought you went on a hike.
I went on. Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
we take a horse 2.5 hours up the mountain. We take the horses until you can't take them any further, basically where the trees stop growing.
Okay.
Then we tie up the horses. So you figure 4 or 5 miles on horseback. Then you tie up the horses, and then we go 2,000 feet basically straight up. It's a mile and a half, but it's 2,000 feet.
Does
in
someone
that mile and a
stay
half.
with the horses?
No.
You just tie them up. They don't get stolen?
No.
Oh.
No, they won't get stolen. Now, they may bust off, but they'll make their way home. Horses do that. Yeah,
Impressive.
Yeah, it's called barn sour. They'll find their way back home. They want to get fed.
Okay.
And they miss their friends.
That's cool.
Yeah, horses will miss their friends, and they'll just follow.
We're
Really
learning
cool.
so
They're like,
much.
I am.
Other people are like, shut the F up. I want to hear about the 10 things that I need to unstick myself in order to get better. Quit talking about your
Learning
trip.
about badgers.
Yeah, well, my badger injury, yes. So my story was I got attacked by a badger. I'm like, what? You saw a badger got attacked? I'm like, no, I stepped in a freaking hole. But my story is the badger dug that hole to trap me.
Right.
The badger's like, I'm gonna get me one of those Florida man.
It's a strategic badger.
Yeah, we don't get Florida man out here. I'm gonna get me one. So it dug a hole. That's how badgers sound, by the way.
Yeah.
It digs a hole. I step in it, but luckily I tricked the badger, and I was able to sprain my foot, but still make my way down the mountain. And I still sucked it up Buttercup and did that hike because I got a soldier's mentality.
Joke is on that badger.
But it did require me to take 3 Advil and wrap my foot up like crazily.
Is it going to set you back with training for Ironman?
So I swam yesterday and I was a little swollen afterwards.
Yeah.
I biked today. I was totally cool cycling.
Oh, good.
I'm supposed to do a track workout tomorrow, and I'm probably going to brace it, Advil it, ice it a lot.
Wild.
So I can still get my track workout done. But anyhow, my trip was amazing. I'm back. I would like to do better than ever, but I'm older than ever. But
and
I'm
your
excited.
ankle hurts.
And my ankle's a little bit jacked up. But no, I'm excited to be here with you all. Like we are like T-minus 2 months until the T-Lop Unite event. We'll talk a little bit about that throughout the show, but let's jump into it. But before we do, let's take a quick pause so we can hear from today's show sponsor. Check this out. Y'all, something big is happening at Lower Mortgage. And if you're paying attention to this industry, you've probably noticed. In just the last month alone, Lower has added some serious horsepower. We're talking top producers representing over $350 million in volume. These aren't rookies kicking tires. These are heavy hitters who've done their homework and made the move. That should tell you something. On top of that, Lower just acquired Movoto, a top 5 real estate portal with over 150 visitors just last year. Before that, they brought in Neat Labs, and now they're launching Lower OS, a next-gen mortgage platform that's cutting loan delivery times down to 10 days. This isn't a company standing still. Lower doubled their volume last year, and they're projecting another 40 to 50% growth this year. The best in the business are taking notice, and they're voting with their feet. Here's the reality. The companies that are going to win in this market are the ones investing in technology, building real infrastructure, and competing at scale. Lower is doing all of that. They're going head to head with the Rockets of the world. And they're built for originators, not against them. If you're a producer who wants to be a part of something that's actually going somewhere, not just surviving, but growing, this is the moment. Lower Mortgage, the momentum is real. All right, cool. So we're back.
Yeah.
Funny, we talked about me and my badger hole. We haven't had a chance to talk with Special K over here about her upcoming trip.
About what?
Oh, that's true.
Aren't you going somewhere soon?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
I'm excited.
So she will not be at FAMP with us,
know,
or anybody
unfortunately
disappointed
not.
about
I know.
it.
So shout out to FAMP. We got the FAMP event.
Big shout out.
Coming up next month.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
T-Lop's going to be there. We're going to be podcasting from the event.
We're bringing the whole setup too.
Yeah.
So it'll look really cool.
Yeah, we're going all in. So if you're going to be at the FAMP event, please come over and say hi to us. But yeah, Special K is not going to be with us because she's going to Puerto Rico instead.
Womp, womp.
And Mikey, man, if you ever want to see Mike, the good news is he doesn't travel, meaning he won't get on airplanes. True story. So we're heading out to Momentum Builder in Dallas, and this dude's talking about taking a train.
I'm gonna meet Steve and I.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
Steve and I are taking a train.
I hope you leave on a
Michael.
Saturday.
16 hours.
You need to take the plane.
It'll be like a boys' trip, and then I'll see you when we get there.
Maybe I'll go with you. Let's
See?
see.
I think it'll
don't
be
know.
fun.
My time's pretty
Yeah,
valuable,
he's gonna
Mike.
get fun.
We work on the train.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey, I could do that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Mike does like to take his boat out. You go boating every weekend.
Every weekend now.
weekend.
During the summer, we're taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Fishing, we do
I'm
it all.
still waiting for my invite, Karina, but one day I will.
Oh, dude, you know you're always invited.
He may look at me like, you're too pasty pale. Like, he's like, I can't have that much sunblock.
I don't want you to make fun of my fishing skills. I know you're kind of a pro.
I like to go catching. The older I get, I've learned I really don't like fishing.
Yeah.
I like catching.
Yeah.
Like I do.
That's cool.
I do catching really well.
Yeah.
I also play DJ really well, and I drink really well.
Yep.
And I'm pretty good at taking naps on boats. So I'm okay. If we're not catching, I can either DJ, I can drink, or I can just take me a nap.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyhow, let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
I teased
Ready.
the people. We did this study, sent out a survey, had a bunch of people respond, and it was cool because we probably had 90 to 100 responses. However, there's 10 that stood out, right? Like these are the 10 things. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like something's holding you back, these are the 10 things that I'm pretty confident 2 or 3 probably resonate. They probably speak to you. So Mike has the list. What he's going to do is he's going to yell them out, and I'm going to give my 2 cents as Coach D.O. as to how this pertains to you and your business. So let's just kind of rock and roll, go back and forth, Mike.
Yeah, and I will say, like, things to remember too is it's not one individual LO that has all of these 10 problems, right?
No.
So it makes sense when you itemize them that these can be something that is specific to them.
Yeah,
so
but
like one thing that's specific to them.
Yeah, but if you want to be great and you want to score yourself, and let's say you're scoring yourself 1 to 5, and 5 is the highest you can go.
Right.
Okay, you would want to score yourself a 3, 4, or 5 on all of these.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? A 3 means there's room for improvement. A 4 means there's marginal room for improvement. A 5 would mean you're badass.
Yeah.
So if you're scoring 1s and 2s, these are areas that you need to be focused on in order to end the year strong.
Cool. So score yourself, right? As we go through this on each
that.
of these topics, score yourself.
Okay, cool.
So, and I like this. This is for any industry. Number 1, you don't use a calendar.
Yeah.
Right?
This is probably like, for me, it's like, do you brush your teeth? Do you put on work clothes? And like, do you look presentable when you get to work?
Yeah.
Meaning it's like, duh, how do you not do it? But I will tell you straight up, I can judge someone's success by looking at their calendar. Right?
Agreed. Yeah.
I can also judge someone's trajectory based on their calendar.
Yeah.
If you are not using a calendar daily, if you're not following your calendar, if your calendar is not telling you what to do, how to dress, what to be prepared for, like to me, calendar management starts Sunday night. Like I check my calendar Sunday night. I look for the entire week ahead so that I can mentally prepare for things to come. And then every evening I look at my calendar the day before. It tells me exactly what mood I need to be in, how much caffeine I need, what I need to wear.
Yeah.
It also reminds me, oh crap, did I forget to do something?
Yeah.
By looking at my calendar, it reminds me there's something I should have had done before this meeting, before this event. I may need to stay up late and scramble or get up early and get to the office. So yeah, calendar management. And I find also true professionals control their calendar.
Yeah.
Their calendar doesn't control them.
Right.
It's realtor calls you.
The habit.
Yes, a realtor calls you and says, oh, I need you to talk to this borrower. Your instinct is to drop what you're doing and talk to the borrower. However, that's not how real businesses operate.
Right.
Right? More times than not, the borrower can talk to you at 11. They can talk to you at 2. All the realtor needs you to do is pick up the phone and say, yes, I'm available. These are the 2 times. Which 2 would work best?
Right.
So that means you don't not do what you had like planned out at 10 a.m. just because a phone call came in. And then there's more examples we could give. But in the very beginning, if you're not keeping and living by your calendar, that would be step 1 for, I think, anybody who's looking to unstick themselves.
Even your family calendar, right? Like when you get to that level, like Ari, my wife, everything is on our family calendar, and that's in the same view as my work calendar.
Yes. So I go one step further.
Yeah.
So we use Cozy as a family calendar.
Okay.
And I go into Cozy, and everything that's in there that requires my attention goes on my Outlook calendar.
Yeah.
So that way I only have one calendar.
Yep.
I have one calendar to live by. If you looked at my calendar right now, you would see I have a play in 3 Wednesdays at Dr. Phillips.
Yep.
You would see that I'm picking my daughter up from FSU on this date. You would see that I have to not just fly out, I actually put on there travel time to the airport.
Yeah.
Because I don't want
Love
someone
it.
to think I'm available when really it's like I'm available, like I'm on call, but I still have to like load up my luggage, put it in my car, drive to the airport, park at the valet, do all the things you have to do, check in, go through security. So I'm not really available for those 2 hours. So I even block that time off.
Yeah. James Clear, Atomic Habits. Just
Yes.
get into a habit,
Yes.
little by little, incrementally. You will
Yes.
live by your calendar.
Live and die by your calendar. By the way, it makes life easier.
It does.
It's
It's like a dopamine hit when I see mine, and I'm like, man, there's my day. I like it. Yeah. I see it, and I'm like, wow, I feel good.
My dopamine hit is I also am a big fan of to-do lists, which is
Yeah.
not on this top 10 list.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a to-do list
No,
person.
it is not.
And man, checking off my to-do list,
Oh,
or when I get to consolidate 3 lists back into one.
Yeah, that's hot.
I mean, yes, like I get excited. I feel so accomplished when
Yeah.
really all I did is take 3 or 4 pieces of scratch paper
Yeah.
and reorganize them and write them out neater onto one page. But now every time I cross something off,
Yeah.
that's a dopamine hit. I'm like, yep, I did that. Yep, I did that. Yes, it makes you feel accomplished. And then what most people will find is that becomes contagious. That feeling,
Yep.
now all of a sudden you've knocked 3 things off. Why not go knock off 3 more?
Mm-hmm.
It's that whole, who was the Navy admiral, like make your bed, right? It's that whole,
yeah.
like
Right.
me and to-do list is kind
Yes.
of like the whole wake up, make your bed. So that was number 1.
That was
What's
number 1.
2?
Sorry, I extended that one because I
Nah.
really liked it. Number 2, you try to work with all types of referral sources.
Oh, and this isn't, it's like this isn't just LO specific.
Right.
I mean, this could literally be my sister who does credentialing for mental health counselors. I mean, this could be my buddy, the dentist. I mean, like just because you can doesn't mean you should,
Right.
right? That applies to so many things in life,
Yeah.
right? Just because I can go out tonight doesn't mean I should go out tonight. Just because I can go on that cruise doesn't mean I should go on that cruise, unless it's the T-Lop cruise,
Right.
at which point I'm like, why would you not want to come join us this September for the coolest mortgage sales event ever?
Well, are the riches in the niches?
That is a debate. You know what? Let's
I
have that
know.
debate late night.
Yeah.
Late night, you and I are going to go to the craps table.
Yeah. There
Okay?
we go.
We're going to win a lot of money.
On T-Lop Unite.
When we're on the cruise.
Yes.
If we don't lose a lot of money, we'll have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Either way, we win.
I love it.
Then afterwards, we're going to have a debate, maybe over a cocktail or 3,
Yeah.
on is the riches and the niches and what does that really mean.
Love this.
But hey, speaking of the cruise, can I do this real quick?
Yes, please.
Dude, shout out to Hoper. I'm rocking their hat right now if you're tuned in on YouTube.
Yep, shout out
Hoper is the lead
Presenting sponsor.
They are the presenting sponsor of the Hoper loan. Look, if you don't know what Hoper is, Google it. Reach out to Michael Pareto. Hoper is making FHA loans more affordable. Just know that, whether it's a refinance or a purchase, they make FHA financing way more affordable, which makes homeownership more affordable. So I want to give a quick shout out to Hoper for sure.
Yep.
But we also want to give a shout out to our friends over at Mortgage Con.
Yes.
How cool is this? Mortgage Con is a conference that we're going to be talking a lot about starting in 4th quarter because their big event is in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios in February. It's one of the coolest events.
It really is.
Like ours is the coolest, never been done before experience. But in terms of cool factor, their event
They're
is
masters of theming.
Yes.
It's just every year.
Yes.
The themes are
And
amazing.
guess what? They're our friends.
Yes.
And we believe in all of us. They are sponsoring Mortgage Con, another event, is sponsoring the T-Lop Unite Caribbean Takeover event. So I think that's really cool. And I want to give a shout out to Tyler Hancock and Hancock Processing.
Yes.
Dude, Tyler is as OG real as they come.
Yes.
I mean, I remember meeting him at UWM 2 years ago. I hung out with him at Aim Fuse, shared some cocktails at some bars in Nashville. Dude,
awesome.
Tyler stepped up to the plate. Hancock Processing, they're going to be on the cruise. They're supporting the event. So quick shout out to 3 of our many sponsors. And I'm sure we'll shout out some more sponsors as time permits throughout the upcoming episodes leading into September.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So,
All right, you ready?
yeah, well, I think you gave one, and then I went down that freaking
Yeah, so
rabbit
the
hole
one I
again.
gave was you try to work with all types of referral sources. And
Okay.
I got
Yep.
us, yeah.
Yeah.
down the
Then
rabbit hole. My bad.
I did typical deal. Look, it's been a minute. I've been on vacation, y'all.
Yep.
So, this is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
You shouldn't. Like, don't try to work with CPAs, financial advisors, realtors, builders, and divorce attorneys, and dominate your past client database. Like, don't get me wrong. All of those are great ways to generate referrals and close a bunch of loans. Pick 3.
Yeah.
And be damn good at it.
Yep.
So for me, every realtor, every LO realtor is on that list.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean you have to work with every realtor. Like, if that realtor's a butthead, peace out, homie.
Yep.
If that realtor doesn't operate the way that you like to operate, peace out, homie.
Yeah.
Like, there's enough agents. You're only looking for your handful. Like, your handful will ride or dies. Now, you may need about 5 times that in your database, but you need maybe 8, 16 really good agents that are full-time and professional that get you and you get them. So realtor should be 1. Now we have 2 more. So what do you want to be? Do you want to be that guy or girl who crushes their past client database because you have 300 or 400 past clients? Or do you want to be that guy or girl who crushes it with financial advisors? Or you want to be that guy or girl who really dominates working with builders? Right? But it's like you don't have to be all things to all people. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
I think that's a big mistake I see a lot of business professionals make. And then my last analogy is like Chick-fil-A is amazing at what Chick-fil-A does.
They are.
Yeah, but if you want sushi, Chick-fil-A is not going to sell you sushi. Not what they do. You want a hamburger? Sorry, buddy, don't do hamburgers. Right? We do chicken, fried and grilled.
Yep.
We do salads with chicken, salads without chicken. I mean, it's, you want spicy chicken? I got that. But it's lots of chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you need to be the Chick-fil-A for your market inside of your business, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to 3 because we have 10 to get through. You think you have to originate all loan types. And we've talked about this on past episodes.
Yeah, that's very similar to just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Correct.
Like, I think it's cool that you have a manual underwrite 465 FHA loan.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know what you're doing, if your team's not good at them, don't do it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That loan is going to take valuable time. It's going to potentially jeopardize relationships because you're trying to do something that no one else can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not good at it and you don't have experience, your team doesn't either, yeah, you may end up closing a loan, but it cost you 40 valuable hours that you could have been used prospecting. And when you got the loan closed, nobody appreciated because it took you 2 or 3 extensions to finally get it done. Maybe you flipped it to 2 different investors, had to order an appraisal or get an appraisal transferred.
But that's why the referral sources matter too. Like these kind of go hand in hand, right? With 2 and 3.
In a way they do.
Because if you have a broad net, right, then you have a broad spectrum of buyers coming in with different scenarios.
Yeah, you definitely have realtors that tend to refer you better, higher quality,
right,
or different
in
types.
certain markets or whatever it might be.
Yeah, but like I didn't do down payment assistance loans for the longest time.
Okay.
And I didn't do them because prior to us having in the state of Florida what we called Florida Bond, all the DPA was done through the county. Super long story short, it was a double underwrite. The county had their own guidelines, and I once had a file get turned down that we approved. My lender approved it. It went to the county. 30 days later, they tell us that they're not going to approve it because they didn't like the person's body of credit.
Wow. Yeah.
And guess what? 2 realtors now hate me.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
And I was the guy that's trying to make this thing work. I was just trying to help find a way to yes. And I was like, yeah, all the time, effort, and energy I spent on that loan, I could have been spent doing prospect follow-up, scheduling meetings, talking to more agents that referred more of the types of buyers I want to work with and less of the ones that I don't.
Good example too.
Yeah. So it's like, I'll give one more, renovation lending. Just because you do renovation lending doesn't mean you should do it. Refer it to someone else in your company.
Right.
Split the commission, get a referral fee internally. Let that be somebody else's loan to figure out, borrower to be married with to the next 90 to 120 days. You should go focus on being great at what you do. And there should be 5 or 6 things that you do really well. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm going with on that.
Agreed. And another one, I mean,
TLOP Unite is not your typical mortgage event. This is the first ever TLOP cruise experience built exclusively for originators. And for 4 days, it's not about the speakers, it's about you. We're talking breakout strategy sessions, real conversations, curated events, and uninterrupted access to a community that helps you grow. If you're serious about taking your career to the next level, this is where you need to be. Space is limited and the price is right. So click the link now and learn more.
You do not ask for referrals.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I mean,
look, most people like I'm like, hey, you can pay me $3,000 a month to coach you.
Yeah.
Right. Or you can just call me and I'll give you like 20 minutes of free advice. Here's my free advice. You don't say these 4 words together enough. Who do you know?
Yes.
Hey, Mike, who do you know that also would love to buy their first investment property? Karina, who do you know that also would love to take advantage of this Hometown Heroes down payment assistance and buy their first house?
Right.
Who do you know? Hey, Steve, who do you know that also would like for me to look at their current mortgage and offer them the same annual review I just gave you? Even though they're not a client of mine the way you are, I can still offer the same service to them. Like, who do you know? We just don't ask for the business. Like, you're leaving a realtor meeting. You ask the realtor, hey, who do you know right now that I can get on my calendar that's going to need my services?
Yeah.
Like, who do you know? So, yeah, that's...
And if you're grading yourself a 1 or 2 on that, I mean, you wake up, might be in the wrong industry, you know. Like,
get out of sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who does it best? Men and women who sell life insurance for Northwestern, they hit you with who do you know.
Yeah.
Men and women who sell overpriced custom clothes at Tom James, they hit you with who do you know.
Right.
We in the mortgage industry don't consistently, as a group, hit up people for who do you know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one, number 5. And this is like industry agnostic again. You make it about you and not them.
Oh, this came up. It's interesting enough. I was doing some 1-minute coaching on Saturday, stuck in the airport at Billings, Montana.
Okay.
And had a guy reach out to me via IG, and you'll be impressed. You've reached out to me on IG or LinkedIn. I pride myself still today on being highly accessible.
Oh, yeah.
So I hopped on the horn with this guy, and we're chatting, and he's kind of walking me through his pitch. And I slowed him down and say, oh, well, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to cut you off, which I'm pretty bad at cutting people off. But I'm like, I'm not trying to cut you off. I said, but can I interject for a second? Will you allow me to do this? I go, all I hear you say is me, 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 me. And it should be they.
He's trying to overqualify himself out of the gate.
He's talking about
that?
how great he is and how great his background is, how great his company is, and how he's going to do this and he's going to do that. And I'm like, they don't care about you. They care about them.
It goes all the way back to how to win friends and influence people. That
Yes.
was, like,
Yes,
what's the
Dale
most
Carnegie.
important thing? Dale Carnegie, what's the most important thing to someone? Their name. So
Yes.
use their name. Like,
Yep.
make it about Dustin. Yeah,
Yes.
I totally get that.
And it's how you help agents like them, how you help financial advisors like them, how you partner with builders like them
Yep.
to help them exceed or achieve X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, your pitch should never be a pitch about you. Your pitch should be a pitch about how you serve them, but you first have to let them talk about them. So make everything you do about them.
Yep.
And use the word win, W-I-N. You help your borrowers win. You help your realtors win. You help builders win. You are the guy or the girl in your market who's all about winning. You want to partner with them to help them win, but you can't help someone win if you don't know them and you don't know enough about their business. That's why you should meet.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
All right,
Okay.
what's next?
All right, we got you do not prioritize or track your sales activity.
Yeah, win by noon. I mean, we had Todd Bookspan on the show about a year ago.
I remember.
Todd is Mr. Win by noon. We talk green time. We talk red time. We talk yellow time. Man, you work for me and you're a loan originator, or you're paying me $3,000 a month to coach you, which, by the way, I don't take on many private coaching students. I typically only take on students that are producing managers that are already doing about 30 plus million. They're trying to get their personal production to 60 million, and they're trying to get their branch or region production over 100 million, right? And I only take on about 4 of those at a time.
Yep.
But our coaches coach, right? Our coaches do elite coaching, and obviously we're TLOP's originator coaching community. We have an entire community that's super affordable.
Yep.
It's like $3,000 for the entire year. But if you wanted to hire me, Dustin Owen, to have me coach you one-on-one, no, it's closer to $3,000, and I'm really selective.
Yeah.
My coaches are a little bit cheaper than that for one-on-one. And then obviously the community is, well, it's the number one value for a reason. Anyhow, if you're getting with me one-on-one, right, and we're diving deep into where it is that you're becoming deficient on, help me out here, Mike.
Oh, sales activity, like tracking your sales activity. Yep.
Yeah. I am going to absolutely mandate that you're in the office at 8.
Yeah.
Like 8:15. I'm going to mandate that you do any of your admin, check my to-do list. You should have already looked at your calendar the night before. That gets done by 9.
Right.
From 9 to noon, you're selling. It doesn't matter. From 9 to noon, you are selling. And those that are highly successful, they prioritize their time that they get 3 hours of outbound sales done between 9 to noon.
And track the activity.
And they track. If you don't track, it never happened.
Yeah.
Like we talk about that religiously in my triathlon club. If you don't track it, it never happened.
Yeah.
So you have to track it. The mere, there's science behind this. The mere activity of tracking alone makes you better.
Yeah.
right? You want to be more financially responsible. Start tracking where you spend your money.
Right.
Just you'll be more cognizant of it. Therefore, you'll waste less money.
Yeah.
You want to be a healthier person. Track where you like what food you put in your mouth. Right? Without even trying to diet, you'll eat healthier.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to become more successful, you have to have more activity. Start tracking it. And just by tracking it, you'll end up doing more activity than not tracking it.
Yep.
But tracking lets you scorecard things. Tracking lets you know whether or not you had a good week, a bad week, a great week. And if you had a bad week, cool. Because you tracked it, you now know what you have to do to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Like our job every day is to get better. Our job isn't necessarily to like be the best every day. It's, hey, let me get better than I was last week, last month, or even yesterday.
Yep.
Tracking lets us do all of that.
Yep. Perfect. You do not have written, teachable, repeatable, scalable process from lead intake to 7+ years post-closing.
EOS, baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
EOS,
exactly what that sounds
Entrepreneur
like.
Operating System.
Yeah.
You should. And I actually just gave this to one of my private coaching students,
Oh,
right?
cool, yeah.
So shout out to Kevin.
Okay.
So I just literally assigned this as Kevin's homework. I said, you need to have a documented process that you can record a training video one time and accompany a checklist from the time the lead comes in to 7 years post-closing.
Yeah.
I said, I need you to first document how many steps are in there,
Nice.
right? Because we have lead follow-up, then we have lead conversion, then we have app lock and disclose, submission to processing,
Yep.
like et cetera, all the way through. Like funding and post-closing, and then year 1, year 2, year 3 of post-closing.
Yeah.
Everything should be documented because it's your very own assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to be able to teach it because teaching it makes it scalable and teaching it makes it replicatable.
Yep.
Very few of us have ever even written down our own lead intake process, let alone what's our submission process. When do I have my pipeline reviews? When do I give my updates to my referral sources?
Yep.
When do I make my calls to my past closed clients? Like, we don't have a system or a process. It's like, the analogy I would give is if anyone's ever tried to put together IKEA furniture, like it would be like going out in your backyard and having to collect 3 different pieces of furniture, not pieces, like 3 sets of furniture that are not in their box. They have no instructions, and they're
Parts
scattered
are laid out
all over
Yeah.
your backyard, and
Yeah.
you're supposed to pick them up
Yeah.
and determine which goes with the dresser, which goes with the desk, which goes with the cabinet,
Yeah.
and put it all together. Like, no, we want to have our furniture in a perfect box with clear instructions and the
Yeah.
right tools provided to us with the right hardware, and it needs to be the same every single time.
Right.
That's what you're looking for in your business. Most don't have that. Therefore, it makes it very difficult to scale. They get stuck doing 3, 4, 5 loans a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're trying to get 10, 15, 20 loans a month.
Right.
All right, what's next?
We got, you do not invest, and I always hear this from you, so this is a good one. You do not invest enough back into your business.
Yeah.
So-
Look, takes money to make money.
Yeah.
We learned that when like 6th grade.
And that's like you with events and right, all the mixers you used to do. And,
Everything. It takes money to make money.
Yep.
Like, sure, self-servingly, I have a coaching company. I want you to come be a part of it. But I want you to be a part of it because it's your first way to invest in your business.
Right.
You are the product.
Yeah.
As a loan originator, as a real estate agent, a financial advisor, like you are the product.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you come hang out with a bunch of top producers who can share with you how they conduct their day, what scripts they use, how they prioritize their time, so that you can shorten your learning curve, you can increase your probability of success.
Mm-hmm.
And that little investment can then return money in terms of commissions, right?
You'll continue to have lateral movement. I mean, like you'll only get that linear movement when you're putting the money back into scale. And that goes for any business. G&G,
Anything.
for example, right?
Yeah, like
we just closed a big deal. Like I'm putting the money back into a mobile tire change truck. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like another channel, right? We're doubling down and we're going to scale up.
Yeah, ready? We had a record-breaking month last month.
Yeah.
We're going to go 3 months in a row with literally 6-figure revenue.
Yeah, which is good. Great for us.
Which is huge. Yeah, but you know how much we're paying ourselves? $0.
Big fat goose egg.
$0. I'm playing the long game,
Yeah,
y'all.
100%.
I'm playing the long game. Like I want a director of sales, and
Yeah.
I want a badass executive assistant. All things that cost money.
Back into advertising.
More money
like
into
that's huge.
leads. Yeah. So like whenever I'm talking to specifically a mortgage broker or loan officer, I said, look, first thing you need is a great coach. Now, it can be your branch manager. It can be a mentor assigned to you. You don't have to always pay for that person.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do, right? But pay for coaching, then use what you learn in coaching to generate more leads and close more loans. When you close more loans, the good news is the first loan you close, it paid for your year's worth of TLOP coaching.
Yep.
First loan you close paid for the entire year. So that's done with.
Yep.
Now, as you start closing more loans, that's when you can start realizing, oh crap, I'm getting too many leads. They're falling through the cracks. Cool. Invest in a CRM. Now that you have a CRM helping you convert more leads, that means you're making more money.
Yep.
Now it's like, well, what can I do? Well, let's increase my client experience. How do I do so? Well, maybe I want some MBS Highway. Maybe I want to call Dave Savage and get me some mortgage coach. Maybe I want to have a product like HomeBot. Whatever the case may be, that's how you reinvest. You reinvest in your business by sponsoring real estate events, by putting on your own events, by doing client appreciation events. Like I was taught, therefore I coach today, 10% of your annual income needs to be reinvested back in your business.
Yeah.
However you want to do it. Look, you want to come on TLOP Unite. I promise your business will become better because of it. It'll cost you low end $650, high end $1,800.
Yep.
Right. That's what it costs you for a 4-day cruise, all the food, all the entertainment.
I truly think
all the TLOP events, like all of our events are included in that price.
There's enough content and enough kind of, profound people going that I truly think if you're not walking off that boat with a shift in mindset, it would blow me away.
Yeah.
Right.
But like that's an investment.
Yeah.
Mortgage Con is an investment.
Yep. Mortgage Con.
Buying books is an investment. It's not just paying for coaching. It's sometimes client appreciation of gifts if you can attach an ROI. For some people, it's straight up entering into a Zillow agreement with a real estate agent or a realtor.com agreement. As long as you can back it into an ROI.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to a guy the other day. I'm like, look, wait a minute. You're paying $1,000. You're getting 40 leads. Of those 40 leads, 2 convert. Your average commission net after he pays splits and fees and everything else is roughly $3,000. I said, you're telling me that, I go, for every grand you spend, you get 6 back? I go, bro, go spend 10 grand.
Sign me up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Go spend 10 and bring back 60.
Yeah.
But if you're not willing to spend money, man, you're not playing the long game and you're not running a business, right? You're just not. I don't know what to call you, but you're not a business operator.
You're just going to remain comfortable. And
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you're not going to be more than you are today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
What number was that? 8?
That was 8.
Okay. We got 9 and 10 to go through.
Yeah, but what's cool is 9 goes hand in hand with 8. You think in terms of months instead of decades. So,
Look, I was exposed to Silicon Valley earlier this year when I got to go out and hang out with Trent and the crew over at Pylon Lending. And man, you start talking to Silicon Valley people, they think in terms of decades.
Oh yeah.
In decades.
Long game.
Now, what's crazy is that, a lot of their companies only last, a couple years, but their mindset going into every venture and every company is decades. They're playing the long game.
Yep.
Man, we in the mortgage industry, and I was one of this. I'm so concerned about that loan, that realtor, that commission check. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to make the most money over my career. I told this to my son who's 21 years old. My son right now is basically in college to become a college football coach. Right? And imagine Karina dating a guy who's trying to become a college football coach. I don't know if you know this. They don't make a lot of money in the beginning. And they travel and they travel all the time, and they have to move every 18 to 36 months.
Right.
Okay. That's your first 10 years. And I said, bud, if you love this and you're any good at it, do we care about how much money you make your first 10 years or how much money you make over your career? Because the offensive coordinator at Auburn's making $1.6 million a year. Right. The head coach for the Seattle Seahawks is making, $3.5, $4 million a year.
Yep.
It's not a game of how much money can you make from 22 to 32. It's how much money can you make from 22 to 62.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, win the game. Don't worry about, it's kind of the whole win the battle, not the war.
Right.
And too many times as loan originators, real estate agents, financial advisors, this is way easier than Monday morning quarterback. But I'm like, y'all, you can't see the forest through the trees. Quit making decisions on that one loan, that one realtor partnership, or that one commission. Be willing to make $0 on a loan if it means you built a strong ass relationship that's going to feed you 30 loans over the next 10 years.
Yep.
Right? Be willing to cut a realtor because that realtor doesn't play by your rules and they're abusive. Don't let them bully you or push you around because you're like, oh, but they give me 4 or 5 referrals a year and I close 1 or 2 loans. I say, yeah, but it makes you miserable and it sucks your energy.
Yep.
And you'll never be able to get to the next level until you start controlling your business. Same thing. That's why I say it's so easy to punt a loan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in this business to do 1 loan. I'm in this business to do thousands of loans.
Yep.
But if your 1 loan prevents me from building 5 new relationships, prevents me from following up with 10 additional leads,
Cut it.
I have to say no to it.
Yeah.
Like I have to say no, like, man, sorry, it's a no for me, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we can kind of move on. And by the way, we're not the only industry that does that. Right. They're contractors. I once had a contractor come to my house, looked at the project and said, sorry. I'm like, huh? Sorry. I'm like, I'm going to give you 10 grand to remodel this bathroom. He's like, yeah, job's too small. Straight up told me job's too small. What did he realize? There's only so many hours in the day.
Smart man.
Hours in the week. He looked at the profit margins. He looked at the job and said, if I take on this job, I'm not going to be able to go bid 3 others.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be able to take on another job that could maybe pay me and my crew twice as much.
Yeah.
We should be able to do something very similar.
And it is difficult. It is difficult to do. But again, it's building the habit of understanding, right, that the grass is going to be greener.
Yeah, way easier said than done.
100%.
And I'm that hard. You and I are the same in this. We're 2 freaking knuckleheads.
Yeah.
You can tell me something, and I'll listen.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to do it my way.
100%.
But I hope that if we tell you things and you go do it your way, the minute you stub your toe, you slow down. Like, oh, wait a minute. What did Mike and Dio say? Crap. I'm falling in that trap.
Yep.
And then you can quickly pull yourself out.
Yep.
If you're a licensed originator who's closing loans, but you're not consistent, this is for you. If you're brand new or just looking for motivation, trust me, this is not for you. Most LOs don't need more information. They need structure. They need proven processes and somebody to hold them accountable. T-Lob's Originator Coaching gives you weekly live coaching, scripts top producers actually use, and step-by-step business systems you can implement immediately. Not someday, we're talking day 1. You're not watching videos alone. You're executing in real time with other originators who take this seriously. Right now, you can try it free for 2 weeks. That's 2 full weeks for free. You'll sit in on live coaching calls. You'll get access to the frameworks and see exactly how top producers run their business. If it creates clarity, if it creates momentum, or even if it puts wins on the board, you keep going. If it doesn't, no worries, you can cancel. No pressure at all. Click the link, start the 2-week trial, and finally, build this like a business, not a side hustle.
But yes, I've been there with you to where sometimes it's easier said than done because most of us learn lessons the hard way.
Yeah, through experience.
Through experience.
Sometimes unfortunate experience. All right. You think...
Last one?
Yeah, this is the last one. Number 10. Oh, actually.
Oh, drum roll. All right.
All right. You think you are the most important piece of the equation.
So when you all come on the TLOP Unite Caribbean Takeover event with us,
Yes.
which by the way, go to our website, tloponline.com. That's where you'll find all the information about this. Like our theme, I'm going to give it away. Our theme is fire the loan officer. Like you have a loan officer inside of you, fire him or fire her. Mm-hmm. We are going to give birth. In fact, we're going to have a burial at sea.
Yeah,
We're going to have a burial at sea.
Yes.
And the loan officer is going to be forced to walk the plank.
This is great.
Yeah. Fire the loan officer and give birth to the mortgage operator. Mm-hmm. Right? Everything we're talking about today is all about becoming a better operator.
Right.
Okay, so by becoming a better operator, you realize that operators, their machine works because of what they built and how they manage it, but it works regardless if they are physically present or not.
Right.
Most of us in this industry, I'm talking about men and women who make $500, $600, $700 a year.
Yeah.
All they are high earning loan officers. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal money. But that also comes with not being able to take a vacation. It comes with working 24/7, 365. It comes with potential burnout. It comes with ruined relationships. It's like we don't have to be that. But Mike, you see it on the entrepreneurial space. You founders and entrepreneurs hire you to do their marketing, hire your company to do their marketing, and they think that they are the most important piece.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you are an important piece. But you can't be. So what I teach loan officers is your system
Got to build a
needs
system.
to be the most important. Your process needs to be the most important. The way you train and onboard needs to be the most important.
Right.
The way that you set expectations needs to be the most important. Right. But you yourself, like it was Dan Martell who taught me through his content that 80% done by somebody else is 100% awesome. I don't need my processor to be better than me at getting conditions. I need my processor to be good at getting conditions. I need my processor to be better than other processors.
Yeah.
I'm not graded on how well I get conditions. I'm graded on what type of service I give, how I make the borrower feel, whether or not I close on time, and how I communicate throughout the process.
Yeah.
But is it how I communicate or how my team communicates? Does it really matter if I'm the guy or the girl that's calling to give the status update? Or does it matter that I'm giving a status update? Well, and I would coach you, it depends, because status updates are sales calls. But could I teach someone on my team to give some of the status updates and teach them how to ask for referrals and even give them KPIs and scorecards based on whether or not they received a current client referral? Like all these things I can do. And by the way, with AI, machines at some point are going to be the best at calculating income, and they're going to be the best at researching guidelines, and they're going to be the best at submitting files to processing. So many LOs are like, oh, but I'm the best at researching guidelines, and I'm the best at calculating income, and nobody can submit a cleaner file than I can. And I'm like, and I bet you're also one of the most broke LOs in the room.
Yeah, right.
Right? Because you're not generating enough leads, because you don't have enough referral sources, because you don't really have a marketing strategy. You don't keep a calendar.
Yeah.
And you think everything needs to happen because of you. And it's like, nah, man.
Got to build a system.
You are an important person, and you are the founder, and you are the innovator, but you're not. If you're the most important person, if your operation cannot operate without you, then you got some work to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be, and I know that's going to be a huge theme of TLOP Unite. And I'm going to get with all the speakers and all the sponsors, and we're all going to rally around this theme that, going forward, those that survive in this industry in the future are those that are operating a business.
Yeah, they built a business.
Yes, and not the ones that, if you read the book E-Myth or E-Myth Revisited, like you don't want to be
the solopreneur spinning plates, right? And juggling flaming bowling ball pins.
Yeah, most of us, we may have got into this industry by being great technicians. But if we're going to stay in this industry and thrive in this industry, we have to fire that technician, fire that loan officer, and give birth to the operator. Operators understand that they are not the reason why the business runs. They may be the reason why the business exists.
Yeah.
And what they built, systems, processes, coaching,
they built the
internal
playbook.
training. Yeah, what they built and how they manage it. That's what's important. But they should be able to take time off, not have to work nights and weekends. I'm not saying you're not available nights and weekends. I'm saying you don't work nights and weekends and you take vacation. And when you're on vacation, for the most part, your phone's put away. Right. You're not doing pre-quals. You're not reviewing conditional approvals. Like
that's the dream.
Yeah. But it's very possible. It's very possible. I live it. Coach Brian Kimball lived it. Coach Gwen Swain lives it. Coach Rebecca Richardson lives it. Coaches Scott and Ross. Like you look at the TLOP coaches.
Yeah.
Like
it's a great
we live it. And if you haven't met us yet, come hang out with us freaking in September on the TLOP
on the Caribbean.
On the Caribbean, yeah. Or just join our coaching community, and you can at least meet us over Zoom in Rome.
Yeah, free 2-week trial.
No, there we go. Available now. Free 2-week trial. TLOP community. We got this. No, seriously, go to our website, tloponline.com. That is how you can get a free 2-week trial and come see what TLOP coaching community is all about. Y'all, we're coaching Tuesdays for an hour. We're coaching I'm doing sales training Thursdays for an hour. We do something no one else does. We have a coach on call every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's your way to get FaceTime one-on-one with a TLOP coach for 10 or 15 minutes to address anything that it is that you're dealing with. My favorite word is access. TLOP gives you access to coaches and top producers 5 days a week.
Yep.
so that you don't have to go out it alone, so you can shorten your learning curve and so that you can increase your probability of success. And we do so literally without asking you to sign over your firstborn. We're not asking you for a month's worth of commission checks.
Yep.
I literally want from you probably as much money as you make on just one loan. That's the investment for the entire freaking year. But don't take my word. Literally take us up for the free 14-day trial and come check it out for yourself. If you don't like it, just cancel. No big deal. We'll still be your friend. You can still subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can still listen to our podcast. Y'all, thanks for coming to do this with me. It was fun.
This is a good one.
This was fun.
Good
It was good to be back. Karina, you talk too much, but we'll work on that. We will 100% work on that. But y'all, if you're digging this content, man, please continue to share it. We love it when you do. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on Apple and on Spotify. Hit me up on LinkedIn if we're not yet connected or you're not yet following me. I'm super accessible on LinkedIn. First name Dustin, last name Owen. She is Karina Mojica. He is Mike Siciliano, a.k.a. Marketing Mike. And I am the host with the most, Dustin Owen. That is all the time we have for you today, but we look forward to catching you on the next episode. Peace.